Children of Standard 5, we have been discussing about the skeletal and muscular system, the musculoskeletal system. And we discussed about what is a skeleton, the framework of bones is skeletal. We discussed about the function of skeletal system, that it gives shape to our body, it provides support to our body, it protects our delicate parts, organs. And we discussed about the bone marrow that produces WBC, RBC, and the bones, the function of the bone is to store calcium and potassium. And after that, we started to discuss about the human skeletal system, that is started from the top portion of the skeletal system is the skull. And we talked about the skull yesterday. We talked about the skull, that is the bony structure, and it also protects our eyes, ear and nose, and it is made up of 22 bones. And our cranium box, that is the upper part of the skull, is protecting our soft brain, and all our eyes, ear and nose are protected by the skull. And after that, we discussed about the rib cage, and rib cage, that is the 12 sets of ribs. And we also talked about the floating ribs, as they are not joined with the breastbone. You can say this is the breastbone, that is the sternum, and they are independent, that is called floating bones. So it also protects our heart and lungs. Now we are going to discuss about the backbone. What this backbone is. So look at the structure of this backbone. This backbone is a long bony structure, and its upper part is attached with the skull. And it is also known as the vertebral column or spine. So the human spinal cord is made up of 33 bones called vertebra. So these are the vertebra, and these vertebrae are stacked on each other. They are kept on each other with the support of invertebral discs. So there are discs between two vertebrae, and the backbone has movable joints, because due to backbone we can twist and bend easily. And the most important function is that this vertebra, this is the rib cage, children. Yesterday we discussed the posterior part of the sternum with these ribs are attached, and you can see the spinal cord, that is a part of our nervous system. That is the long, delicate spinal cord is protected by these vertebrae. So we came to know that another vertebrae is the bone that is protecting our delicate spinal cord, that has very important role in the reflex action and in our nervous system. So backbone is known as a spine, and all the vertebral column having the vertebrae in them inside their body are called vertebrates. So vertebrates are fish, reptiles, frogs, and birds and mammals. So all of them are having vertebrae, and it is also known as a spine. It is made up of 33 bones, that is called vertebra, and which protects our spinal cord. And the vertebral column forms the main axis to the skeleton. this axis, and in my next classes I will discuss about the pivot joint that is between the skull and that is the posterior and the atlas part. The first vertebrae is called atlas, is joined with the pivot joint. So, and with the help of that joint we can move our head. So the joint between two vertebrae is having always an invertebral disc, and individual vertebra cannot move, but the spine has some flexibility. That is why we can bend our back. Exercise and good posture help to maintain the flexibility of the backbone. So children, all of us know that the skull is joined with the backbone, and just beneath the skull this backbone starts, and the atlas is the first part of this vertebrae, and we have 33 vertebrae in our back.